In this video, we're going to cover how to walk for the first time in your variable friction shoes. Some people acclimate to the shoes within the first couple minutes of putting them on. Others will take a little bit of time, maybe up to a week, to feel truly comfortable walking in these variable friction shoes. And for those people, I like to just give a couple of exercises to get going. For people that take time to acclimate to the shoes, it's important to take slow and small steps as you're getting started, especially if you're having problems with ankle control. The reason is, if we take long steps, we might tend to roll over the front edge of the shoe. And when we do that, we negate the purpose of the low friction nature that's underneath the shoe. So for people that are having a little bit of difficulty getting started with the shoes, I usually recommend to just spend the first week in small stints with the shoe, taking small, meaningful steps, thinking about the biomechanics of your walking. By biomechanics, I'm talking about the way that we move our body to accomplish a certain task. And when I talk about the way that we are walking, I use the term gait. Normal gait is characterized by heel-toe walking, meaning the heel strikes the ground and we roll up under our toe for that next step. Of course, our gait can change over the course of our lives. No matter where you are in your gait, the Cadense Original Variable Friction Shoe is there to help you. If you fail to clear the floor during the swing phase of motion, the Cadense shoe will slide over the floor with its low friction state. One additional feature that's there for you is when it slides over a hard surface, you'll hear a clicking sound, and you'll know that your foot has just skimmed the floor. If we heel-toe walk, it's not going to be very noticeable at all. The Cadense shoe offers a new environment for you to walk on, one in which you don't have to worry about the ground-floor constraint, meaning the friction that exists between the foot and the ground when you're in the swing phase of motion. If you have a high friction surface underneath your foot and you fail to clear the floor, you'll have a force that pitches your body forward. It's commonly called a trip during normal circumstances. The low friction nature of the Cadense shoe will allow your foot to continue its motion forward and reduce the force that your body feels in that tilting fashion. I'd like to describe a few of the common gaits that might represent something you've seen before and show you how the Cadense shoe can alter those types of gaits, either naturally or with a little bit of practice. All right, so here I'll detail a few of the different types of gaits that you might see, and then I'll detail how it might look after you start using the Cadense shoe. The first one I'll talk about is the shuffle gait. So this is something that you may have seen before. It's characterized by just small shuffling motions. Typically, if you have a high friction shoe under your foot, these shuffling motions can actually be a little bit dangerous. The shoe might catch the floor. In the Cadense shoe, it's just much easier to slide. So if you need to shuffle, the Cadense shoe here makes it a whole lot easier to shuffle. The second gait I'll talk about is circumduction. Circumduction is characterized by the hip circling outside of the body. So something like this. And this is something that we'll commonly see with people that are worried about clipping their foot on the ground as they make their next step in that swing phase of walking. So instead of doing this circumduction, circular motion, with the Cadense shoe, just trust in the low friction nature and come forward. That's going to give you a nice straight gait. The third one I'll talk about is hip hiking. So hip hiking gait is characterized by us hiking our hip and just launching that foot forward. Okay? With this shoe, same thing as with circumduction. Trust the shoe. Don't need to hike anymore. Just let it come forward. Okay? This is going to restore a little bit of the rhythmicity in your gait. So the last gait I'm going to talk about is the marching gait. This is something that we typically see as we age, and it's characterized by the high swing phase of walking, making sure we really clear that ground on every step. With the Cadense shoe, you don't necessarily have to slide every step if you have this type of a gait. You can walk normally, but with a little bit of a peace of mind here, that if you do accidentally clip, your foot's just going to come forward and we're not going to get that frontward tilt that would be characterized with a high friction shoe. So takeaways from this video are to take small steps as you get started, especially if you have limited ankle control. Number 2 is to aim for your ideal gait. Heel toe is preferred by most. And number 3, Use the Cadence low friction slides during swing to help you take better steps.